This website is a choreographic object. It's not the body. You know, normally all the information about the choreography is embedded in the body. The body is the choreography. And so I was thinking, how could you get information about choreography out there without having a body? And this is one of the examples of how you could do that. I've done installations before where you don't need a person to transmit the idea. There's some other situation that guides people into action. And this is some slightly different insofar as the ideas of choreography itself, as opposed to a choreographic instruction or imperative, the ideas are made visible. So it's an object that, or I would say it's an object of choreographic knowledge. Like up till now, other practices have all had objects. There's books that contain facts about or literature itself, films, there's DVDs, film itself, there's even furniture is full of ideas. So the world is full of objects, only dance had no objects to remind people of its investigations or what it's been through or what it does. And so I realized that this is a problem in the marginalization of dance and culture, which has tremendous economic impact upon the practice. I feel that part of it was due to the fact that we had no objects to represent that which we know. You know, we do know a lot, but we know about organization, timing, pattern emergence, all these different things, architecture. But how do you express this, you know, outside of the dance itself, so that people then can read again as they watch a dance? Well, now we have a way of basically holding time a little bit more still. You know? We can actually slow it up or speed it down any rate we like and say, watch, yeah, see what we know. And we also have the opportunity to say, what else does this knowledge look like? Okay, so we are working with a team of people who can look at our structures, transform it into another language, yeah, into a data point set, and say, okay, with this aspect of the structure, I can create something else that speaks actually choreographically, yeah? But choreography doesn't always look like a dance. And that's kind of interesting. The choreographies, or even dances, yeah, don't always have to be danced. Sounds counterintuitive, but it's the truth. Yeah? It's because they're composed of information. And seeing these phenomena as information is a revolution, because you realize that they contain worlds of possibility. Choreography is always about translating. Yeah? It's going from one state to the other, and or from idea to thing, yeah, or from idea to action. So it's the force of an idea that pulls people into action. And what's very, very interesting for me in this project, which I didn't expect to be interesting, was how significant data could be. And by data, I mean the dance or properties of the dance that's been analyzed by your team here at OSU and turned into numbers, and then turned back again, translated into another visual form. And certain things opened up which I really didn't expect to see. And suddenly, yesterday, in one of the graphs, I saw a model of responsibility. And I saw the people I work with, and I know exactly how much they like to have responsibility, and it was a really clear depiction of their personalities. And I thought that was very moving, that something could be turned a certain way, and suddenly personality traits would emerge. Right. And it really surprised me. Yeah. There are probably innumerable approaches to choreography, yeah, and it would be great if we could start a kind of library. And this is the way I see this, is that up till now there's been no library, not even an encyclopedia, so to speak. of concepts and of the knowledge embedded in dancing that is, how do you say, that can be read at the same time as the work. So the work explains itself with this annotation, so to speak. And so now we can actually finally start this project, which is, if not a library, then an encyclopedia of sorts of dancerly choreographic concept, and with the demonstrations which should, in my mind, transpire at the same time as the demonstration should transpire at the same time as the explanation, because the dance is the explanation, but we have the ability now to pull out properties visually and isolate them, and they can be looked at again and again. They can be scrutinized at leisure, which they couldn't before.